Hiya, and welcome back to Journal, the game that teaches us that you can. I don't think you can ever fully heal from losing a loved one. Feels so bad for Lucas. Seriously, just hearts out for Lucas. Just hearts out for Lucas. I'm gonna put that in here real quick. Just text. Hiya. I'm just gonna put it up here. Just hearts out for Lucas. I'm just gonna put it up here. Hiya. Just hearts out for Lucas, you know? He's sad. He's very sad. And that's okay. No, not that. God damn it, this is why I hate. This is why I need to prep for things beforehand. Yep, that's what we're finishing. We are finishing the secret route tonight. We are finishing it all tonight. That's why I have it right here. Good luck. I stood in the middle of the empty room for the 4th time this month. The feeling of dread slowly spread through my body. I felt anxious about this uncertainty of my future. Sweat started to form as I maintained my kneeling position in this dark place. If this doesn't work, I'll fucking retire. This is perfect! The moon alignment, the timing, the year, the metals, my current location, the ambient. I cannot think of a single flaw this ritual has. Wait, are we summoning his dead brother? I'm finally going to get an answer. She will give me an answer, I'm certain of it. If not, then I would have failed in every way possible. My options would be exhausted and my life would no longer have a purpose. So it's best if I do this correctly from the beginning. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes before I started the ritual I memorized since the first time I did it, which was exactly 20 years from now. Hopefully this time I'll succeed, for the sake of my poor niece who can't take any more praying. I straightened my posture as I began the ritual. Oh dear goddess Gaia, hear my prayer and answer my calls for once and all. For once and for all. I wish to worship your works in this world. Answer some mere questions and I will be your vessel for eternity. Complete silence. Please, take pity on this old foolish guy who's devoted his life to understanding your charms. Your powers are real. I've seen them firsthand. I only wish to know the truth. After that, my body is completely yours. You'll finally have a real vessel in which you can take action to set things back on track. I know you wish to save this realm. I only yearn for knowledge. Then my entire existence will be replaced by your will. My whole body will now be yours and I'll disappear before anyone else can know. I sat there after I finished my speech, gasping for air after my regular screaming session. And I waited, kneeled in the middle of the room where metals surround me. Ever since I was a child, I heard the tales that were told to me. The tales of how gods ruled the earth before we ever came to exist. The tales of how Mother Earth Gaia took pity on our predicament and forced evolution upon our kind. In her benevolent mind, that is. And that is one of the 3 main theories as to why we are here. Divine intervention through evolution. There was no proof of this, just tales and myths that had been told countless times since the beginning of time. But there was never concrete evidence of it. Yet I've always had good luck. My uncle and I, on a rare chance, found one of the legends that were mentioned once or twice, although less popular, we both still knew it. The tale of Vivlius. The tale of how our goddess took pity on our lack of direction after her divine intervention. The tale about the 10 Vivilius books that were created to guide us back to the right path. The told prophecy is originally about 11 Vivlius. Vivlius? But the last one was never found, yet we only needed to prove our theory. My uncle decided to give it a go, and wrote on the old book. There are many legends regarding the Vivlius. One says that the books are emotional enhancers, created for us to feel and live life at its fullest, a gift to us sinners. Others stated that whatever you asked on the left page, its answer would appear on the right. Unfortunately, its message is supposedly written in ancient Greek. I even heard a legend that as long as you put your name on a page, you would know what the future beholds for you. Regardless of my love for fiction, I don't trust those tales anymore. I only trust the truth, the veracity in which the books are meant to guide you. They do not give you an answer. They do not resolve your problems for you. They are only a mere guide. My uncle wrote in the book and about what we should do with it. It was risky, but it was a must in order to see if the legends were true. To truly see if he was blessed with this object. The book took its time to answer, exactly 24 hours. But it responded. It responded with a single word. The single word that fueled my determination to solve this mystery for the last 2 decades. The single word that tells so much yet so little. What?
Self-voicing enabled. Kappa Alpha Iota Rho. Self-voicing disabled.
Which can be translated to either time or weather. It was clear as day that it was meant to tell me about how time is essential, and to keep trying until it is finally the hour to take action. This is a mere test for my perseverance and patience. With time I got closer and closer. Now we are at the end of it all. I know she'll answer. After all, the Earth's in a very pitiful state. Death is more common than ever. The mortality rate is extremely high. Your chances of getting home after midnight are now lower than 50%. This is not a difficult problem to solve. People don't know how to canalize their own emotions, so their wrath ends up in death. And thanks to their actions, I can feel it. She's getting sick of it. Sick of this path. Again, like the book once said, it's only a matter of time. Okay. Yay. Alrighty, so that's day 1. Have fun. Yay. God, will you wait a damn second? Dude, come on, stop running. Emma! I stopped completely, but I didn't dare to look back. The cold air dried some tears that I shed, leaving wet marks on my cheeks. My mind didn't process anything that was going on. Emma, you're shaking! My will denied me from doing an action, my body feeling numb. Is this all real? I don't understand. My head hurts. My chest hurts. Ethan, what's going on? I looked ahead, gazing at the mountains, trying to find solace in the landscape in front of me. But it was in vain. My trembling never ceased. We're safe now, Heart. Rest before you give me a heart attack. We're safe. We're all fine. We escaped. Oh my gosh, Ethan! We left him behind. Is he okay? Do you think they caught him? Speaking burnt my throat, making me wince after my desperate cry. Relax, he's fine. I made sure of that. Relax? Ethan! You were trying to kill us! We were literally held at gunpoint. How the hell are we okay? I handled it. You saw it for yourself. He replied smugly. You tackled a guy who was pointing a gun to your face. That's not handling shit. That's having a fucking death wish. Are you out of your mind? My mind nulled out all sounds, but if I focused enough, I could still hear the sound of people losing their shit. I still didn't dare to look back. I was afraid of seeing him. He is the strong one. He is the pillar. If he were to fall, I'd follow suit. I'd have some things on my plate already, so I'd rather avoid that mental breakdown for now. I was also afraid that he would see me as I am right now. I would bet anything that he would think less of me. I'm thankful you saved her life, Z. But don't ever do that shit again, or I'll be the one holding a gun to your face. Idiot! He let out a dry laugh. It was do or die. Act before them or die. As simple as that! God, my head won't stop fucking pounding. Well, let bygones be bygones. I won't ever bother trying to understand that head of yours. So, what do we do now? Will we try to go back? Are they still trying to locate us? Or is it better to hide? If so, for how long and where? I heard an ambulance passing close to where we were. I instinctively lowered my head and stopped talking. It ended up speeding down the road over the tunnel that we were in. Well, at least they'll handle one situation. I heard Ethan whisper to himself before taking a long breath. Emma? You do realize what's happening, right? His tone was the most cavernous sound I've ever heard him make, bringing immense discomfort to me. Wait, are we Emma? All I know is that these guys are looking for something that Lucas has, so not really. No. The adrenaline slowly started to wear off and the pain started to become a bigger annoyance. My back hurts and my feet are freezing cold. At least I'm out of danger. For now. I heard Ethan take a seat behind me, his gaze so penetrating that I could feel the fur on the back of my neck stand up in caution. I heard him breathe in and out, so I stayed quiet until he put his head in his place. Meanwhile, I looked at my hands. The white fur they used to have was stained with blood and ashes. Oh, okay. They've been shaking for almost an hour now. I've never seen them like this. Seen me like this. Emma, I'm going to explain the situation to you slowly. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to interrupt me. He took another little break before speaking again. You probably know this part, but I'll still repeat it. Lucas was adopted when we were almost 2 years old. His biological parents never showed up for a long time, until last year's Christmas where he received a gift from them, a box. I could tell you everything that happened in between, but as of right now, that's unimportant. What's relevant is that his parents basically told him they were sorry for his past actions and wanted to reconnect with their little boy. You know how Lucas is, being so naively excited, he ended up believing them, so he accepted the present as the peace offering. There were a bunch of useless little gifts in the box. At the bottom of it was a note explaining everything. The box had other things. For example, they also sent him 2 books while practically begging for him to write on them, using the excuse that they saw his social media and knew that he loved to write. It took him a couple of minutes to stabilize his breathing. This seems like a difficult subject for him to explain, and that thought scares me. This is clearly something serious, but I've never seen him like this. He's never speechless. Actually, quite the opposite. He can't shut the fuck up, even if you try to pay him. So this silence makes me more and more aware of the relevance of the situation. Emma, those books are weird. Those books. I really can't explain it. It's just so weird. Take your time. Again, he exhaled. As you know, out of the 2 books he received, Lucas gave me one of them. That fucking book. Mine was like a drug. Whatever I wrote in it, I felt it stronger. Much stronger. Fuck, I hate talking about this. It just confuses the fuck out of me. He let out an angry scream as he punched the asphalt. That will definitely leave a mark. I remember it so clearly. I once wrote that I was happy about some things and shit, I don't know, it was like a magic spell or something. Felt it really intensely. This can and will screw up your emotions, Emmy. He forced a cough out of himself for what I assumed to be an attempt to hide his anger. You following? Nope. Not at all. Ethan, are you feeling okay? Of course I'm not. We almost died from some fucking voodoo shit. No one would be okay in this position. He yelled yet again, his voice echoing through the tunnel. But contrary to before, it took him little time to calm down. Emma, those books are cursed. My book, I wrote in it like twice since Lucas was being such an annoying little bastard, pestering me non-stop. The first time I wrote, well, it was just me messing around saying things like my bio and embarrassing stuff you'll never know. The second time, it happened when we, as a family, went to visit Dad's grave to celebrate the new year. Lucas and I had a huge fight. Never seen him that angry. Anyways, when we talked about it, I wrote in that book of how I loved my brother more than anything in the world. And my chest felt tighter. And before you start complaining about God knows what, believe me when I tell you, something is not right with those books. I checked. Many Many times. That shit is magical to some extent. This is very difficult for me to explain, Emma. I'm sorry if I'm causing you unnecessary doubts, but I need you to trust me, Emmy. I refused to take my eyes off the ground. I heard him stand up, then his heavy footsteps until he stopped in front of me. I could see his dark-ripped jeans in my restricted field of vision. Emma, you have to listen to me, whether you believe me or not. Do you have any idea who the people that attacked us are? His desperation was slowly showing more and more. Emma, they know those books are special. Then wouldn't it be easier to just give them away and be done with it? Emma, they tried to kill us by burning down my father's cottage. Whatever reason they wanted for, we shouldn't give it to them. Are you dumb? If the books are so important, we should get rid of them before one of us ends up dead. They were willing to attempt murder on teenagers to get those books. And if they are indeed magical, what do you think will be the repercussions of giving it to them? Keep in mind that their goal today was to retrieve the books by any means possible. They tried to kill 3 people. They tried to shoot us and then burn us alive. My mind went crazy trying to understand the situation. So what do you plan to do? Before I tell you that, are you in or are you out? Don't ask something I can't answer. I have no idea. Tell me what the plan is and I'll tell you later. I heard him sigh. That's fair. Well, I have 2 plans. First, we're going to follow them back to where they came from and examine the situation. Are you crazy? That's having a death wish. We don't have any money or contacts either. The plan screams failure to the very core. I wouldn't have said it if I hadn't thought of it beforehand, silly. I've got money, don't worry about how, but I've got it covered. Well, I don't want to overcomplicate things for you, so that's plan A. As reassurance, I want you to know that all the little variables are taken care of. Plan B revolves around Lucas's shitty biological parents. He didn't even try to hide his hatred towards them. They sent him the books. They must know something about this. Surely, they know that by having them, they were in danger, and they tried to pass us the bomb. Let's go find them. Find answers. When would we leave? I heard a frustrated scream. Are you fucking stupid? Tonight, Emma! They tried to kill us. What if next time they try to kill my mother, or the twins, or what if they actually succeeded in killing us? His thunderous voice echoed through the tunnel, making me hear his fear-driven statement repeatedly. He's never had much patience, but for the first time in all the years I've known him, I saw him scared. Like a wild animal that follows its instinct to attack as a self-defense mechanism. You don't seem convinced, so let me rephrase it. Would you be able to live yourself if you knew that Lucas died because we didn't do anything? Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. Stop for a second! My head is killing me! No, I wouldn't. He knelt, his trembling hands reached out for mine, caressing them slowly. He was freezing cold, but I could tell he was trying to be comforting. Emma, my best friend, the girl of the 3 Musketeers, the voice of reason, the loving person I adore with all my heart. I respect whatever you choose, but can you do me a favor right now? He stopped. Please, look at me. I shrank deeper into the ground, still looking at my knees. I slowly raised my head to see his fingers reaching towards me. That's Ethan? And I looked at him. I saw the moon shining down on him. Emmy, my beautiful Emmy. We can change destiny. We can fix this mess together. We're the only ones with the power to stop anything from happening. I need you. He needs us, Emmy. These people will kill us the first chance they get, Ethan. Are you forgetting this? What if we run away, completely disappearing on the radar? Emma, they were not a few people. They have the power to find us. It would be a race against time. And, as the saying goes, When in doubt, attack. And given our situation, I would rather die fighting than fleeing. We're not going to die. He smiled bitterly, as if she had already accepted the fact. Damn idiot, when you get an idea in your head, it's impossible to get it out. I mean, I still think it's a suicide mission, but at least you gotta act like it's not. Damn, I don't have a choice, do I? If you think the best course of action is to follow them, then you'll need my help. I'll kill you before them. If you screw up, or we get found or something. Got it? Oh, another race against time, huh? I chuckled. A chuckle fueled by the fear of death. I'll go. I'll go with you. You're going to need someone with brains to watch your back. I smiled painfully and took his hand. He pulled my hand roughly, then embraced me in a tight hug. I inhaled his scent. Right now he smells like fire and his cheap cologne. And somehow that brings me more peace than it should. I hugged him tighter. You and me against the world, huh? Apparently. Now what? Should we wait for them to leave? We'll also need a car if we're going to do that. Everything is settled. We are ready. Before we go, Emma, can I ask you something? First, can you give me your word that you will do everything in your power to help me? You know how I am with promises. He didn't wait for my approval to ask. You have my word. I will always support you. Thank you. I have another request to make of you. I was thinking about how to approach this situation. And well, there's no way to sugarcoat it. I think we should fake our deaths tonight. I quickly walked away from him, taking steps back to try to put some distance between us. What? If we leave now, our families will think that we're still alive, somewhere in the city. But if we tell Lucas, he'll want to come. The point of this is to protect him. He is the target, not us. We were attacked because we were with him. If our families think we're alive, they'll keep looking for us, fueled by denial. It's better to rip the band-aid in one go, right? We also don't know if we'll come back from this. What if we tell him, we manage to convince him to stay, and then we die? I've already thought about this as thoroughly as possible. This is the best course of action. And before you say how we'll fake it, it's easy. Lucas passed out outside the house. Most people think we're still inside, incinerating to death, whereas Lucas managed to escape. Once the firefighters and ambulances are gone, we'll do something to make them think we're trapped and couldn't get away. Like a locker room mystery. If we come back, we'll just say that we were kidnapped and that we don't remember anything. So, are you sure you'll help me? I smiled bitterly. I'm not sure, but I trust you. And I also agree, we almost died tonight. We have to do something to prevent this from happening again. So, I'll follow you. I'm scared, but I trust your judgment. Well, most of the time. He rolled his eyes. I have enough money in my bank account for about a week. It's going to be hard, but I think that together we can do it. Now, the last thing to do is wait. We leave when there are no people in the streets, about an hour or so. I closed my eyes subconsciously. Good idea. Try to get some sleep before, well, everything that's coming. Let's enjoy the calm before the storm. Wow, that was fucked. This scene contains explicit content related to self-harm. If you are sensitive to these subjects, consider skipping the scene. Okay. We are going to play this scene. But first, I will say this first. If you're considering self-harm or suicide, please reach out to someone. Seriously. Reach out to someone. If you are not in the best mental state, maybe... If you're watching this on YouTube and you aren't in the best mental state, maybe skip ahead. I have a feeling that it's going to get pretty messed up. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't pull out. Endure. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna pull up the vertical. Gonna pull up the vertical sensor. I gasped for air as I raised my head out of the red-tainted sink, trying to stabilize myself. My whole body shivered in agony, mind lost in pain long ago. Heh, I can't even do one simple thing. My numb shoulder ached and burned, muscles contracting continuously. Alright, you know what? I'm just going to remove the entire screen. The amount of blood loss had started to take a toll on me. I could barely keep standing. But I was determined. Determined to find solace in pain. Determined to find justice through punishment. But what's done is done. Even so, I won't stop. My knees buckled, threatening to give out, but I held onto the sink with the last of my strength. The crimson liquid had spilled all over my shirt, dripping into the floor. I tried to swipe a little bit off. The action resulted in pain since I was dumb enough to try using the arm impaled by a fucking crystal. Only after some time, maybe a minute, that I truly grasped my current situation. What a mess. My chest was aching profoundly. The sound of my heartbeat negated any other choices. My gaze was quickly covered in crimson red. My eyes held no light. The false dream of redemption could still be seen if you were deluded enough. Such a funny word. Redemption. I thought it was 988. I think it's 988. Fuck you. Stupid piece of shit. My mind was fighting to keep me awake, but after some time of mindless staring, the pain was starting to numb little by little, making my mind clearer. I don't know if that's good or bad yet. I looked at my shoulder where a glass shard sat. My usually purple shirt now had a red gradient. My mind was playing a dirty game with me, relentlessly bombarding me with questions I've been trying to avoid for weeks. How does it feel to be a murderer? She'll hate you when she finds out about your sins. This is the blood that should have been spilled. You deserve worse. I do. With the little strength I had, I grabbed the shard and kept pushing through my flesh. Deeper, harder. Tears escaped me, but I made no sound. The tank had truly run out of fuel. You are the problem. A pained moan escaped me. Fucking coward. I hate you. The metallic smell of blood flooded the room. Fortunately, the running shower helped in masking its scent. I knew both Mom and the twins are awake, but I couldn't find the strength to wait nor care. Fuck! I gasped for air. The pain was slowly fading, my vision being clouded with black spots. Yet for some reason, after the dizziness subdued, I stopped feeling pain. I felt relief. I'm sorry, brother. The books were right. The only thing I'll bring is pain to everyone around me. I'm a curse. Even before I was born, my fate had already been carved in stone. I can't change anything. And yet everyone around me ends up paying for that. They warned me. Death will never leave you, but it never aimed for me. It aimed for every person I loved. A week after that dream, Father got diagnosed with cancer. He passed away not long after that. Then, it said, in a year, death will strike again. Then, without mistake, Ethan and Emma died. Whoever said lightning doesn't strike twice is a fucking idiot. Then the next phrase appeared. It said that soon after more blood will be shed. Because of me. Because I'm standing here, right now. But nothing's happened yet. Sometimes I lay awake at night, thinking about it. Will it be my caring mother who has only shown me love? Or will it come for the rest of my siblings? I dug the shard deeper and deeper. I tried to avoid the bone and kept pushing through. I looked at myself again. Their death is on your shoulders. It's your fault. I shed some tears as I kept receiving my divine punishment. But while that was happening, I realized, I'm death. Everyone near me suffers. I don't deserve to be here. I should at least free the rest of my family. The one that hasn't paid the inevitable consequences of my existence. I'm sorry, Mother. I'm sorry, Lily. I'm sorry, Max. But it's better this way. A copious amount of blood poured out when I mercilessly pulled the fragment out of my shoulder. I was semi-expecting it to shatter on its way out, but it only shattered once I stabbed myself below my navel. I was expecting sadness. I was expecting regret, but I'm just tired. I plummeted into the ground, not being able to endure anymore, and I just stared at the ceiling. The last thing my eyes will see is my bathroom light. A book I read not long ago suddenly came to mind. I can't help but wonder if this is how they felt. It was a book of impossible love, of two young adults trying to start a relationship while fighting terminal illnesses. When the main character died, the book did an incredible yet creepy way of describing her last moments. Alone, feeling an uncontrollable itch in your body. Then that itch became a conscience, begging to call for help. As if your subconscious hasn't accepted the fact you are in this predicament. I don't want to die. And I related to her pain. Well, I thought I did. But I get it more than ever now. This is the despair of death. I'm sorry, Eve. I give up so quickly. The forensics said that both of you probably suffered a lot. Some neighbors mentioned that they heard your desperate cries begging for help. But as soon as the cottage crumbled, it was dead silent. A part of me wants to know exactly what happened that night. My memory is blurry. Fuck. The metallic smell of blood is starting to get unbearable. Is the floor also like this? Huh. It is. There's so much blood. Freaky. I raised my hand, trying to reach the overbearing light that shined upon me. It felt as if I reached far enough, I could reach them. Lucas, open the door right now. Please, let me in. Please, love, open the door. This fucking thing won't open. There's blood flooding out the door frame. Please just let me in. Don't leave me too. I think we're good now. The one thing that I wish I could forget in my entire life is the sound of my mom crying. Secret scene end. You know what? 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 I'll give it to you, Alas Dream. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. That was pretty emotionally damaging. I would argue even more than Ad Astra. I'm gonna let you cook. We're gonna let you cook. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Just round of applause. Round of applause. Hang on. I'm gonna go get a drink. I need to step away for a minute. I need to step away for a minute. Wow. Drax, if you need to, I can post it in the Discord server for Amethyst to see. It'll be under NSFW art. Fuck. Just wow. Wow. Damn. Just wow. Hang on, let me get that into the Discord server. Oh yeah, Alas Stream, if you want to join the Discord server, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, Alas Stream, if you want to join the Discord server, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, there should be a link down there. Yeah, I'm gonna get this art into the Discord server. I think it's no, it's not CG3. Is it CG2? Oh, yeah. I'm posting it right now, Amethyst. Alright. It's in the NSFW art channel. Because it gets pretty messed up. Alrighty. Now on to day 4. Have fun. Yay! Lukey, you awake? Try not to think too much about it. Complete silence. You know I love you more than anything in the world, right? I love you more than I love Mom. Love you even more. I don't need nor want your pity. He sighed, defeated. Please, just cut it out. He shifted in his bed, curling in the corner farthest from me. He probably had already run out of time when he was writing yours. He stays quiet, but the small creaks of his bed betray his attempt to hide his sobs. Hang on, I'm going to scoot in a bit. Still, he kept completely quiet. Words fail, Lucas. Some time passed, maybe a minute, maybe an hour. Lucas had completely fallen asleep, and I just laid on my own bed, focusing on his breathing. Long, deep breaths with the trace of a wheeze exactly 7 seconds apart from one another. Even when his breathing alone was doing wonders at calming me, I was unable to sleep. The disgusting smell of burnt plastic that permeated the air made me snap out of my sleepiness every so often. The fireworks had stopped some time ago. Both Mom and the twins were soundly asleep in their respective bedrooms, not giving much thought to the situation. More like, they can't do anything about the situation, so instead of even trying to at least make sure Lucas is okay, they'll rather avoid the conflict altogether. I felt my anger rise. They don't deserve him. I don't deserve him. It's like they don't even care about his feelings. Who the fuck do they think they are? Saying they're family and pulling this fucking stunt. A quick glance at my brother's sleeping form was enough to calm me. I'm glad he sleeps like a rock. I rubbed my temples, sensing a migraine. What a great way to start the fucking year. On my dad's tombstone, as we saw the fireworks waiting for the new year to arrive, Mom brought us some letters written by Dad with his very last strength. I have no clue why she thought it was a good idea to spend New Year's Eve in a fucking cemetery, but none of us objected. These letters were apparently written the same day he passed away, his very last action before leaving us behind. The twins' mom and I got full-blown essays, varying from 4 to 10 pages each. I love you, son. Keep improving. That's all Lucas got. 6 fucking words. Wouldn't have been enough for a normal person. But they'd have been enough for Lucas, knowing that our dad at least shared him a thought. It would have all been fine had the handwriting been the same as the rest of the letters. Dad used to have a long cursive style, a difficult one to recreate. The letter Lucas got had a clearly different author. Anyone with fucking eyes would have noticed. To confirm this suspicion, Mom avoided Lucas's gaze for the entire night. Lucas smiled and said it was no big deal, holding Lily as she read her own letter. She started crying on the first page and ended up needing support. Hiya. As always, Lucas was there to offer it. All of the letters were beautifully written. Mom said hers was a bit inappropriate for this setting, so she didn't read it out aloud. But the twins' letters, as well as my own, were all full of metaphors and written like a fucking riddle, meaning that he didn't write this with his last strength. These shits took some time to write. Meanwhile, he excluded Lucas because he felt like it, not for lack of time to write it. Max, just like Lily, couldn't help but shed a tear at his letter, cuddling in Mom's lap. And while this all happened, with Mom holding Max, Lucas holding Lily, I was left to stare at my brother, who's trying his best to not break down. I'll never forget the look on his face. I've always had good control of my emotions, but right then I felt lost, more than ever. It was a mixture of wrath, sadness, and pity. The one who deserved a letter the most was him. He picked up side jobs left and right to help pay for his medical bills. He was always there for the twins and their dumb childish struggles. He's always been there for me, supporting and helping me in everything I do, whether it's stupid or not. He deserved to be praised by the one person who never acknowledged his successes. He was a good father and a good man, but for some reason, he always put a lot more pressure on Lucas. Regardless of the reason, the way he just excluded Lucas is making me despise him. He really was the one who deserved a thank you the most, and even after everything he did for him, he was never congratulated. Not once. A heated huff escaped me. Lily couldn't finish reading her note since her tears were falling on the letter and she didn't want to mess it up. Lucas, of course, offered to read hers. It was longer than mine. Mine was 5 pages long, thanking me and telling me some useless stuff here and there. But as he read her letter, something clicked inside my head. I hadn't realized it before, but I think I finally understand. Lucas's actions, his unwavering loyalty. He isn't a leader. He is the most loyal partner anyone could have. A strong-minded, kind, and empathic person who'll never turn his back on you, even when he's hurting. From the moment we met, I always had this hunch buried deep within. We were both created for one another, with me on the front and him by my side. The perfect team. And I have no idea why I didn't want to accept it. But thinking about it, I'm one of the luckiest people on the planet. Coming back to reality, I jumped out of my bed and went to him. And I sat on the border of his bed, just by his feet. Okay, I'm checking Discord. For a while, I just rested there, basking in his presence, staring at his hunched back. I didn't want to leave him, but I felt like I was going to pass out from exhaustion. And just before I took my gaze off him, he turned around. Hang on, something is going on with my microphone.
The smile we fail to protect.
I think I can count with one hand all the times I've cried in my life. When I broke my leg as a kid, when I fell from my bike that summer vacation, when I fought with Lucas over that stupid book. Alright. Okay, there we go. Ah. And when Dad passed away. But it's never been like this, huh? Seriously, what the fuck is going on with my microphone? The tears fell into my knees, small, stubborn droplets refusing to stop. This is the first time I haven't cried out of anger or sadness. But it's not really happiness either, is it? It's a mixture of despair combined with relief and awe. Regardless, I felt at peace. Seriously, what the fuck is going on with my microphone? Hang on. Check 1, 2. Alright. Alright, close enough. Regardless, I felt at peace. Being by my brother. The person I cherish the most. I promise I'll never let you suffer again. Lucas made no indication of being awake even after I started petting him. He leaned into my touch with the faintest of smiles pushing into my hand. He kept leaning into me the more I petted him. My eyes started to close on their own, not being able to endure being awake any longer. I love you, shithead. Damn it, I'm tearing up. God damn it. Damn it. Yeah, I think we can handle it. Honey, grab the... Stand back, you're in private... I'm sorry, what? What? Baby? Baby? The male started to shake the small body that laid on the floor beside him. It was the body of a woman. His woman. She was making some gurgling sounds, choking with nothing but air. After maybe 10 seconds, the eyes of the woman lost the spark of a living creature as she stopped breathing. The man was too stunned to speak, eyes completely peeled while he erratically shook her body, trying to get a reaction. It was all futile. The drawn shot was error-free, hitting the woman in the middle of the forehead, completing the goal of the intent of the intruder, immobilizing the target. The man continued to shake the corpse, trying desperately to revive the one person he hadn't betrayed. But the corpse didn't flinch, and it was just when the man looked at his bloody hands that he realized it was all over. What have you done? Why did you do this? After everything we've done for you.
Face.
He approached the killer with blinded rage, a fist up in the air as he ran in his direction. Fuck! It took him a moment to register the pain in his foot. The man recoiled and fell to the ground, stumbling with his late wife's body. The man, shaken to his very core, screamed, wishing that someone would aid him. But nobody came. If I were you, I'd stop screaming. The injured man froze. Then he looked past the gun that was aimed at his face to the person holding it. He stared at the man he mistakenly thought he could fool. He leered at the man who he couldn't run away from. He looked at the man who killed his spouse and left him completely alone. All alone. He waited for the final blow to be delivered, his life already flashing before his eyes. He saw everything. From his first day in kindergarten to when his first and only child was born, and right here and now. It wasn't a bad life, but was his purpose fulfilled? A small dry chuckle resounded through the air. The injured man shivered in response. Oh shit, it is raining. The killer kneeled just in front of him and started playing with the corpse's hair. Let me tell you a story. There was once a couple of pathetic traitors who never had the audacity to face anything. They truly were the lowest of life. They didn't have honor to their name. They didn't have any sort of aspirations. They didn't have shit going for them. Well, except for one thing. Do you know what that is? Luck. The slaughterer clicked his tongue. One day, this couple found an artifact of great power, one able to build civilizations, an artifact that gives you the power of a god. The slayer shot the corpse once again, making even more blood spill out of the body. The widowed man couldn't stop the tears that flowed out of his eyes. But this couple never wanted to make any hard choices. No! They just wanted a simple, mundane life. The armed man scoffed. Look where that got you! He spat in his face. Alas, that's all you could ever be. You weren't designed to be anything more. But I am. An unnerving fake smile decorated his face. Now tell me, where's the book? The man reloaded his revolver. I asked you a question. Where's the fucking book? God, fuck. The man received a second bullet, this one hitting him in his unharmed foot. I don't know! I swear on my life! The man sobbed. Your word means nothing to me. Do you want another bullet through your feet? Is that it? Or should I move somewhere else? He pointed the gun to his thigh. I really got all the time in the world. Where's the book? The man kept whimpering in pain, his breathing erratic as he looked around trying to find something, anything that could help him. But there was nothing. My, would you look at that? 3 bullets, a dead wife, and you still haven't budged. The intruder color me surprised. With a copious amount of blood pouring out of him, the mangled man could only groan in defiance. Still, that only earned a smile out of the other party. Are you working for them? None of your damn business, kid! Oh, getting ballsy, are we? The assassin pointed the gun to his groin. You could say this is entirely my business. You made sure of it, remember? Or do you need a refresher on how you fucked my life? Another chuckle escaped the armed man. I'm going to ask you one last time. Where's the book? Will you keep me alive if I tell you? He already knew the answer, but was desperate to find something to cling to. Motherfucker was as good as dead. Why would I ever keep someone as filthy as you alive? You betrayed everyone. You sold your son. You betrayed the council. You betrayed the professor. And you're still trying to find your way to squeeze out of this one. Why are you doing this? Who the fuck do you think you are? The armed man got even closer to the excuse of a man, ending less than an inch away from him. Who do I think I am? I'm Justice, motherfucker. Justice seemed to have missed the other man's face, the bullet grazing his cheek and hitting the wooden wall. The man, out of complete and utter fear, peed himself. Look at you! You actually fucking wet yourself! He sighed content. So pathetic. The man reloaded his gun once more and held it to his forehead. Alright, though I'd love to keep doing this, we need to pick up the pace. The injured man gulped. I'm giving you a proposition, leech. Justice debated on what to tell him, knowing the leech capabilities. I'm making quite the plan, if you must know. You know what I'm talking about, right? Oh shit, which is the correct answer? This is super fucked. Unless... Oh wait, we're gonna take a break. Unless stream. This is super fucked. I love it. Shit. But which one? The last one. Okay, we're gonna wait for the ad to finish. I'm gonna take a drink first. I'm gonna hydrate. Hydrate, die straight. What are you planning on doing to me? Oh, take a wild guess. Justice rolled his eyes. Just know that your purpose from now on is to be my bait. And lucky for you, you have the characteristics I'm looking for. You can lie your way out of almost everything and have some useful contacts. Justice pushed the revolver further, slamming the man's head to the wall. So, you work for me, and I'll let you live. Simple as that. Just know that there will be someone tracing your every footstep. And the moment my intel tells me you're up to something shady, I put a bullet in your head before you can even fucking blink. So, would you rather die now or prove to be useful for once? The leech seemed to snap out of his dizzy state induced by the pain caused by getting shot at thrice. You killed my wife! And I can kill you! Right now! Do you know what gun I'm holding right now? The leech shook his head no, while wincing in pain. This was the gun I used back there. Right after you betrayed us. He slammed the leech's face onto the wall once more. I know it's too late to apologize, but just know that it wasn't an easy choice! Justice wasn't expecting the leech to shed a tear, much less to sob uncontrollably. There was a small part of him that wanted to forgive him, but there was a much, much bigger part that demanded that justice should be reached. Stop! Fucking crying! Now, answer my fucking question! The leech pointed to a bookshelf where a book with a metallic cover clearly stood out. There! If this is a trick, consider yourself dead! Wait! It's the one behind that, with the pink cover. Of course it is. As the leech indicated, there was a book vertically aligned behind the rest of the books, hidden away from view unless you took the rest out. Justice took some time inspecting the cover, somewhat scared to open the book. He didn't know what this book's capabilities were, besides divine fortune, of course. What are this book's characteristics? He dragged his finger through the silky cover. I don't know! Everyone sees something different, apparently! Leech groaned in pain and coughed disgustingly. What do you mean? I saw a sky full of stars. She saw some words in Greek. He nodded towards the corpse. It must have been ancient Greek. Translators don't recognize most words. She is really gone, huh? The leech started playing with her hair, his hand getting soaked in blood. He then tried to sing a lullaby. Oi! Shut the fuck up! I don't want to hear you singing! The leech didn't stop, just lowered his volume. Justice scoffed and continued to examine the book. Part of him was excited, but another part of him, a bigger one, was completely frightened. Oh, hang on. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Got.
Cat. Yeah. My mini LS, I guess. This book could change it all. No more hunting people down, no more murders of innocent people. The correct path could be reached once more. Justice didn't open the book. Right now wasn't the time. He tucked it in his waistband, saving it for later. Then, Justice grabbed his phone and started a call. A female voice answered him. The sobbing of the leech combined with his awful singing made Justice's patience run even thinner, while stopping him from killing the scum right here and now. Yeah. The book's secured and the woman's dead. The voice on the phone started talking. It was impossible to comprehend it unless you were Justice. But nobody could be the embodiment of justice, only he was worthy. Nobody else could reach his status. Except one person. You know who that is, right? Oh, shit. What happened to the man, you ask? Justice turned to look at the leech, raising his brow. The leech nodded, still cry-singing. What choice did the leech really have? Die now or feed the possibility of avenging your dead partner? Scenario A was the result. Prepare his chambers and bodyguard. We'll be there in an hour, give or take. Yeah, book's secured. No, I haven't been able to dispose of the body. Aha! Alright, see you in a bit. Woohoo! Woo! That is... Unless I'm missing something.
Hope you enjoyed the game Theta, especially the secret scenes. Smile. Also you slayed that voice acting, holy moly.
Oh my god, thank you! Thank you! Oh my god, thank you. A director of a school show told me that I needed to stop auditioning because I was breaking his heart. But no, okay. Unless I'm missing something, that is everything in journal so far. Unless I am missing something. And I don't think I'm missing anything. Alright. And now, you all know exactly what time it is. Stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.